This is the worst RV site I think I've ever seen.
I'm already out of breath.
RV versus van life. I'm voting for van life.
For your benefit, I will not film that. You're welcome. We're Erin and Brandon. We've been living out of our self-converted Ram ProMaster since August 2020, traveling around the United States with the goal to visit 50 national parks. Brandon's brother and sister-in-law decided to rent a trailer to meet up with us in the Great Smoky Mountains, and we got to see for ourselves if the grass is greener on the other side.
Welcome to Casa Copeland. This is our RV. This is my husband. We're having breakfast. Just look at this spread.
We had our breakfast, we packed up, we're ready to go, and then we had all these issues.
The first spot we had, the problem was for the trailer, the sewage line wouldn't reach. We saw this spot here, it was unoccupied. We came up, it would have been a perfect spot, we could both fit here. But when Ben plugs in the power, it looks like there's a ground fault. It's becoming a pain.
While the trailer, in a sense, is better because it's bigger, it does come with a lot of complications.
That might give us what we need.
Ben, tell us, have you done this before?
No. Well, yes, we've now done this 3 times.
Just never successfully.
Yeah. We've done this 3 times in 24 hours.
So now the dump hose reaches, but now the extension cord to reach to the electrical does not reach, which you need for the pump.
I mean, if you were charging all night, I'm sure there's some battery power left. Oh, it's sludgy.
Oh.
It is sludgy. It is definitely gravity. There's no pump. Anything else coming?
Oh yeah.
Oh!
Oh yeah.
For your benefit, I will not film that. You're welcome.
This is the worst RV site I think I've ever seen.
Well, it's definitely been interesting learning about the ins and outs of RV life, because for the past 5 months or so, we've been seeing tons of RVs and trailers, but we had never been in one, and we didn't really know all that goes into upkeeping an RV.
I love van life now. You don't have to deal with any of this. There's still a lot of maintenance, a lot of things you have to do, but you don't necessarily have to get your lines to reach certain places. You just kind of bring your tank and dump it. So far, RV versus van life, I'm voting for van life.
Yeah, it's not gone well so far. I like to be able to wash my hands and run the water when I want to run the water.
The little things in life, right?
Yeah. But we're doing it.
Well, thankfully that's all sorted. Took a while, but we are ready to head to Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
And so far, we actually have a beautiful day. It's like 50 degrees, sunny. Hopefully once we get into the mountains, it is still nice. We'll see.
So we are in Great Smoky Mountains National Park. We are heading to Laurel Falls. It's a 2.5 mile hike round trip. And by the looks of the parking lot, we're not gonna be alone. Great Smoky Mountains is by far the most visited national park in the US, with over 11 million visitors each year. The next park has about 7 or 6 million each year. And I think it's Yosemite or Yellowstone. Whew, I'm already out of breath. Haven't even gotten to the trail. our national parks, this is definitely the most crowded we've ever seen any hike. We've got a couple pictures at the waterfall. It's really cool, but we're heading back down to get out of the crowd. Let's go. Well, now we are at the Cataract Falls trailhead. It's just a quick hike. Unfortunately, a lot of the roads in the park are closed, so we're not able to get to Clingman's Dome or Chimney Tops hike, which all look really cool, but most of the roads are closed from December to April.
Erin, what happened?
Well, we've turned around because I realized I lost an earring, but Carly had the great idea to look back. Also, Ben had the great idea to look back at the pictures and see where I lost it. We got these earrings in India, so they hold a lot of sentimental value. So, fingers crossed. I remember when we got these, remember? I think it's on the vlog too.
Yeah. The earring rescue mission was unsuccessful on the trail. We spent about 30 minutes looking. Unfortunately, we couldn't find it. We had some really nice people try to help us out, but we're gonna try one last ditch effort. We're gonna go to the National Park office because we're right next to it and just see if any good Samaritans happen to turn it in. Kind of a long shot, but we'll see.
No luck with the earring, but we are moving on with our lives. Can't dwell on it. So I appreciate everyone stopping to look, and I have a peace of mind at least that we did look for it. But moving on, back to the campground. Well, we woke up this morning in a winter wonderland, and we're going over to Ben and Carly's to have breakfast. And it seems like there's smoke detectors on. Okay, who's burning the place down?
Brandon.
It's true.
Oh yeah, the camera's like fogging up. One perk of RV life in situations like this, they have a built-in heater, so it is super warm in here. Obviously, the camera fogged up and it's a little smoky from breakfast, but the van is normally very cold on mornings like this.
No, it would have been a part of the plan. You know, normally I make two.
Well, we are leaving Tennessee, heading towards Asheville in North Carolina, where we're gonna spend 2 nights. Both of us couples have been to Asheville once before, but we really loved the vibe of the city and the breweries. Just a 2-hour drive now. And I realized that we didn't even give you a tour of the RV. So we'll do that once we get there. So if you've been watching our channel for a while, you know what the inside of our van looks like. We don't need to do a whole tour, but I will link our official van tour. But we do want to show you what the inside of the trailer looks like. So, seen a little bit of it so far, but come on in, we'll give you a tour. So the main living space is huge. You could have a full-on dance party in here, which is great. You know that I love that. There's a booth that can seat 4 people, nice kitchen space, a couch that turns into a bed, and 2 bunk beds that seem pretty spacious if you had little kids or even small adults. Probably the thing I'm most jealous about is they have a full-on bathroom. The door closes and everything. We don't have that in our van. There's a sink, toilet, and a full-on shower.
I will say with the trailer, you have a lot more amenities, but in the van, life is a bit easier. The systems are not as complex. You don't have to hook up to a sewer line and electricity every time you stop. So we have a lot of flexibility in the van to be able to go wherever we want.
There are definitely pros and cons between RV life, van life, but we'll leave it to you. What do you think is better? Put it in the comments below.
traveling out, let's live alternatively.
And Carly's just walking around like Santa with a sack of garbage.
A day in the life.
Guess we could have continued on this trail to get to Laurel Falls. Oh my god, that was just such a New York accent. It slips out sometimes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Shout out to Grandma Copeland, whose name is Laurel. Hi, Grandma Copeland.
Laurel, right?
And cousin Laurel. Hey guys, we're going to your falls.